Hi, I'm Ron Tanner from House Love, and today we're going to replace an electrical wall outlet. Now this is something you may have reservations about doing. You may say, it's electricity, I don't want to deal with that. But something like this is accessible and easy for virtually any homeowner. All we have to do is observe some basic safety precautions and it will be fine. So let's do this.
We have very simple tools for this job, but we must talk about the voltage detector.
No matter who you are, if you are a homeowner, you need one of these, a voltage detector. You can find them at any hardware store. Just ask for them, say I need a home voltage detector. And this one, you just press the green button, the red light tells you it's on. You insert this little blade in the smaller hole. The smaller hole is the hot hole. That's where the hot wire goes. This is where the neutral wire goes. And this will tell us if the outlet is working. Obviously, in this case, we don't want the outlet to be working. We have to go down to our fuse box and turn off the power to this line. So again, get one of these. This is what we start with.
Your electrical panel should have labels for all of your lines. If your panel is not labeled, you need to get that done. Now, in an old house like mine, there will be some mistakes. So let's see if that's the case here.
Alright, once we've gone down to the panel, we have to come back up and double check. Now remember, two slots here. One is larger than the other one. The larger one is the neutral, and the smaller one goes to the hot line. So we always go to the smaller, we always go to the smaller one, and double check. And as you see, we didn't get it. Now look what happens when we go into the large slot. Nothing. The large one is the neutral. It's not going to give you a reading. It's got to be the small one. So let's go back down to the panel and see if we can get that line. Once you are sure that you have tripped the breaker, cut off the power to this outlet, check it again. Looks like we're in luck. Now notice the red flashing light tells me that this is working. That's really important. That's an added safety feature of this voltage detector. So I know it's working and I'm not getting any reading from this. So I can go ahead and take this thing out. You've got a single screw in the middle of your plate and take that out. Yeah. And here we have it. Two screws, one at the top, one at the bottom. And here is here's our line. Here's our electrical line. All we have to do is, don't have to take out the screw, but it might make it easier for you. Now, here's what we need to do. We always wire from the bottom up. These bottom two screws, when you get this from the hardware store, you're going to see that when you pull it out of the package, there will be screws already screwed out to let you know, hey, this is where you start. This is where you wire. So the outlet goes in like that. The green screw is for the stripped copper wire. That's your ground. And then the gold side is for your hot, for the black. The silver side is for your neutral. Always. If you don't do that, you get reverse polarity.
And reverse polarity will shock you.
Alright, we have attached our black wire to the gold screw, our white wire to the silver screw, and the stripped wire to the ground screw. And don't forget, when we are attaching these, we are circling clockwise so that when we tighten the screw, the wire will not slip out. Now, a final touch before we put it back in the box is that I tape around the outlet. I'm covering up the screws with this black electrical tape because some of these boxes, some of these electrical boxes are metal, and sometimes the outlet shifts and it will short out the outlet. But also, I just don't want anything to get into those screws. I just want to keep them covered up. It's just an extra safety precaution, and so that's nicely done in that way. And then we just stick this back in. Now notice that there's a little wiggle room here, and that's just to make sure that you can get it centered. All right, let's put our plate on. I love these old Bakelite plates. Gives it a nice, authentic look. There we go. Now, there's one other thing I want to talk about.
Every household has two general purpose outlets. These are 15 amp outlets and 20 amp outlets. The 20 amp outlets have a notch extending from the slots on one side. The 15 amp outlets have no notches, just two slots. When replacing outlets in your house, make sure you're replacing the right kind. Now, if you watch this video closely, you've seen that I've replaced a 15 amp outlet with a 20 amp outlet. But I've been able to do this because I have the wiring in the wall to support a 20 amp outlet.
Let's make sure we're good to go. And we are. We're done. That's installing an electrical outlet. My name is Ron. Jill is my partner. You can find us at HouseLove. That's www.houselove.org. Good luck with your project.
It's a wonderful world, I'm just walking on air. It's a wonderful world, I've got more than my share. Baby, I must be lucky through and through. It's a wonderful world, loving wonderful.